Hey, how's it going, everybody? How's it going? Hope that y'all are all doing well. I'm not quite done with the setup yet, so just give me 1 minute and I shall be ready. Alright. Yo, what's up, Coop? I'm gonna go no music today. I'm just gonna do it like this. Hope you've been doing well, Coop. Alright. One thing I will say is I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stream for. I was very dumb and I've stayed up way too late for the past 2 nights, so I need to take a nap. But I say that, but I'll get into it and be fine. Alright. Let's see here. I also have like a story from yesterday, which is just wild. Alright. Yeah, not doing a full hour of just gesture. Oops. 5. Okay. So we'll do what we typically do. 30 minutes-ish of action / more difficult poses, and then I'll switch over and do, about 30 minutes of hands. I want to continue to do that. What I need to do, and maybe I'll start this next week, I need to do feet. I'll probably have like a hands and foot day real soon. I've like come to enjoy drawing with like, I don't know, like a slightly red color. It's the small things, right? It's the small things. Alright. So let me see if I can do this and tell this story at the same time. So yesterday, like, I was just sitting here, I was working on my, like, 3 pages that I've been trying to do for, like, a thank you to Mark. And this guy, I get a message on Instagram about this guy. He's like, hey, I like your art. Like, I was looking at your Instagram. What's up, Locke? And, he's like, I like your art. Are you open for commission? And I was like, sure. It just kind of depends on what kind of commission it is. But yeah, oh, this is wrong. I was like, but yeah, I can do a commission. What do you need? And he was like, well, I just want a commission done for my son. It's his birthday soon. I was like, cool. Yeah, I can definitely do something like that. It just depends on what kind of thing you want for your son. And I like showed him a picture of a commission that I had done a while back for somebody else's son. And he was like, yeah, that looks great. Like, let's do that. And he was like, how much? And before I answered, he said, I'm willing to pay like, upwards of $600. And I was like, wait a second. What's going on here? So that was like the first red flag. And of course, like, I did message him and I was like, bro, like, no, like, you're not going to pay me $600 for this. At like, most, like, probably like, $250 or something like that, including like you having to pay for like the actual materials, because I like to do mine on. Oh, it was sus. Just wait, I'm gonna get to the real sus part here in a second. But yeah, I was just like, depending on how I like to charge people based on how long I spend doing it. So like, $600 for something I spend 30 hours on makes sense. But $600 for something that, I only spent, like 12 hours on doesn't really make too much sense. And I would never do that to somebody. So I end up, he was like, all right, well, like what kind of payment method? And I was like, probably Venmo, but like, let me get this set up. And he was kind of being rushed about it. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Because it was just odd. The whole situation was odd, right? Because first of all, I don't really have that much art of like my good art up yet. Like I've been working on stuff for a while now, and I don't have any of that art up. Like it's literally just the art like that I posted yesterday, which, is pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if people would see that and be like, I really need this guy to commission a piece for me. It's kind of like, slightly above average compared to like what some people post on Instagram and stuff. So anyways, he ends up saying like, oh, he's just like, what's the email address for your account? So I gave it to him. And then, I obviously am sitting here looking at my account because he's saying he's going to drop this money into it. And I was already like, it's kind of sketched out about it anyways. And he finally like, I got an email stating that like the amount was unable to be like rendered because like, it was unable to be rendered because of, it was just such a high amount. And then basically was stating that, you have to request the person, I won't say the person's like name on here because it's not right. Even though I should put him on blast because what he's doing is a scam. Spoiler alert. But, basically stating that the amount is, too high for a personal account. So, you need to like have an upgrade to your account. And this is where it starts getting like real interesting and why I knew it was a scam. Is because it said something like you need to request that the person that paid the initial amount, you need to request that they pay an additional $200 so you can upgrade your account to a business account. And then I started to do some research, and I literally found this scam, this exact scam on Google, and I was just like, bruh, I literally messaged him. I was like, dude, come on. And he was like, what do you mean? And I like sent him a screenshot of the Google like thing that I found stating that it was a scam, and was like, dude, come on now. And he was like, what is this? And I was just like, all right, number one, I'm reporting you because this is messed up. But number two, you may be like, it's really messed up considering that you're like obviously targeting people who are like trying to make a name for themselves. But it was just ridiculous. So with like the scam part of it though was that he was trying to say that, the money had already been taken out of his account, and that, it was rendered. And then he was like, let me see the email that you got sent. So I did send him a screenshot of that as well. And then, oh wait, this is very incorrect, sorry. So yeah, he was like, let me see the email that you got sent. And he was like, it says that I need to send $200. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, he basically said, all right, I paid that $200 if you pay me back. you know, that would be great. You can upgrade your account. And I was like, dude, come on now. It's like, am I really, like, first of all, like, none of this is in my account right now. That's number one. If it was, like, sitting in my account, maybe, but, like, none of it was sitting in my account. So that was number one. And number two, dude, I literally just looked this up online, and it was the first thing that was on Google. Like, it was just ridiculous. It's also just, like, and yeah, like, it is disgusting. Because, like, you know, I am trying really hard, like, I would do commissions. If people reached out to me and asked me to do a commission for them, I would. Because it's like, it's flattering, but two, you know, I want to create art and get paid for it. That's like my goal at some point, right? I think I could. If I like opened up commissions, like, I don't know how many people would actually like hire me, but I think I could probably get a couple people here and there. But it was just ridiculous, man. It was a crazy scenario from last night. So yeah, just for those of you who are watching, if you're a person who is a beginning artist and or like, you know, you're like starting to post more frequently on Instagram and stuff like that, just be wary that people are out there trying to scam you out of your money. So never send anybody any money. If they send money to you, like, you know, or saying that they sent money to you for whatever reason, and you know, if it's not in one, even if it is in your account, like, just hold off for a bit, because people can do that and then, like, you know, have it refunded and stuff like that, and then you're kind of screwed. But two, yeah, just like, I don't know, just be wary. Like, people aren't gonna just like reach out to you and offer you a specific amount of money that's not what you have asked them to give you. Often if it feels too good to be true, it is. Yeah, if they're gonna be dumb enough to actually send you the money, then yeah, keep it. But yeah, it was ridiculous. People are disgusting. So just be wary. That's a possibility out there. People are literally looking for artists like us that are just trying to like grow and build something, and they're gonna try to scam you out your money. Like, oh, this person's vulnerable. Truly sickening. Let's see, how are we doing so far? Yeah, I've been really happy with the way that my gestures have been looking. Like, not that I ever wasn't, but yeah, these are good. I'm starting to also get to the point where I'm able to start doing these gestures and things without reference, and they're coming out pretty decent. And that's just because, like, one, I've done so many poses so many times that it's starting to become like ingrained in my memory. But two, just a little more confidence. So I'm trying to do this, and maybe soon I'll upgrade my gesture drawing to starting to do like these different lines that I did just right there. But I'm starting to think that that's probably the next phase of this for me, just so I can start finding midlines a little bit easier and quicker. Sorry, there's just a couple of things that I want to do here. Alright, that's better. But yeah, so I'll end up like doing slightly longer gestures in the near future for streams just to practice this kind of stuff, because that allows you to do things a little bit more consistently, like drawing faces, for instance, consistently, and just placing like different muscles and things of that nature. More consistently on the body, so it looks like the same body and stuff like that. It's a really good exercise to help you look at things in 3D. It'll eventually even help with your shading and things of that nature too. So it's something that I will upgrade to relatively soon, and it's something I'll talk about when I create my course, which I'm still writing and stuff. So that'll happen relatively soon. I think maybe I'll probably give myself a due date for that, so I actually start working on it. But Locke, how you been? Yeah, no problem. I'm glad you're doing well. Have your commissions been speeding up at all, or you about in the same spot? Yeah. It is hard when you're trying to, change how you do your gestures and stuff. Yeah, the course I was just talking about, I don't know if you enjoy my gestures, but the course that I was just talking about, like, I'll probably explain, like, I'll probably talk about, like, my process and how I did it within that, so I don't know if that would be helpful or not for you. This one always gives me such a hard time. It's just because it's like really super foreshortened, and he's got a lot of clothing and stuff on too. This is Vash the Stampede, but it's a version that Boichi did. So there's like a lot of detail and stuff. So it's really hard to see like where all the all the different landmarks are and things of that nature. This is a fairly simple pose, but it's good to sprinkle those in too. Sorry, Locke, I did see your response. I'll get to it in just a second. That last gesture took a lot of my concentration from me. The other thing that I have been thinking about more and more as I do my art is the perspective lines and things of that nature. So I'm trying to like pay attention to that more, especially as I'm starting to work towards drawing more from imagination. If my perspective is off when I'm trying to do imaginative work, then it's not going to look right. So like I've been really trying to think about that more and more as I go. Here, let me pause this for a second. I got a couple lined up. One is really big, one's 6 characters, so that will take time. Yes, it will. Hopefully you can, you'll charge them quite a bit for that. Yeah, do what you enjoy, man. And people love portraits, so I vote for that for you. That sounds like a really good idea. But I have a lot of time to put in on anatomy and stuff, so I don't want to stop drawing characters. Yeah. Your anatomy is pretty good. It's more, my drawing is stiff. Yeah. Plus 50% base cost per character. Good. I'm glad. But yeah, it's hard, like, especially like I honestly would recommend, like, I'm sure you probably do this, just making sure you look at a lot of like manga artists and stuff, like their work, because they have such a nice way of simplifying the anatomy without like making it look like it's non-existent. And that's really like my big issue right now is I need to be able to take this stuff, which is good, right? There's a lot of good dynamic motion and fluidity in here, and add anatomy onto it without it being like looking bad, basically. Because that's kind of what happens, is that like when I go to add the anatomy, it gets a little too stiff, and I need to just like trust this base and just go with it. But yeah, that's what I would recommend if that's something that you want to work on. It's like your anatomy looks pretty decent, you know where things are and stuff like that. It's just that it like stiffens up the pose too much. I'm right there with you. That's one thing I am excited about too with making my course, is that it's going to force me to like learn these things a little bit better too. Because that's one thing I am going to try to teach, and I'm not going to teach it and like put it in my course if it's if I can't do it myself. What I need to start doing is I need to start looking at these gestures less and less, like these references, I mean. So I'm going to attempt that for the rest of these. What is that? There it goes. Yeah, I will. I probably because I'm planning on having it be pretty like extensive. Um, so I'll probably end up selling it for like between $40 and $50, I would assume. It's gonna be on Cube Rush as well. But I'm going to guess I'm probably gonna have like between like 20 and 30 videos maybe. I already have like listed out like five-ish, and I'm not even like at like the phase of doing volumized gestures or anything like that. Nice. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, Mark kind of gave me the idea to like try to create a course just because of his feedback to me in our group. It was like, you would consistently say like, I feel like you could probably teach this at this point. I was like, you know what? Maybe I could. So I'm gonna try. Oh man, I used to have this one like 100% memorized. Let's see. Uh, Oof. Okay. This is a super foreshortened pose. These are always so difficult. This is like a bird's eye angle of the body that's also like pretty contorted. All right. So here, it's this. This shoulder is like there. Get that. Don't really see too much of the pelvis, to be honest with you. It's probably like this, and then, and then you get this hip pop out. It goes down very quickly though. Into the knee. And then there. Here. I can take this and pull this back even more. Alright, it's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Considering how difficult it is. And how much I struggle with it. Cool. I'll take that. I really do like this pose. This is like the one that I was talking about last week, or not last week, last stream. Where the upper part, like the upper part of the torso, so like the rib cage, is kind of downward, like going this way, and then the pelvis is like facing that way. It gives this like really cool, like almost slouched over but still kind of strong looking pose that I just like. I don't know why I enjoy it so much. It's probably because it's very fluid, because then you get immediately back this way. You get the legs, and then this one. This one I could probably bring down just a bit more. And then here, here. And this foot is like around there. All right. Shoulder. This other shoulder is kind of off screen a little bit here. Even the arm does that in this pose. It's here, here, here. I am going to correct this though. This needs to be even, more. Needs to be a little bit straighter and pulled back down a little bit more. I am gonna make his head smaller too. Head's too big. Which is not a problem I have very frequently. Typically my heads are too small. It's another one of these horrible bird's eye view angles that I struggle with. I struggle with the extreme angles. I think everybody does, but the bird's eye and the ant's eye view angles are like very difficult. It's just a lot of foreshortening and a lot of things that and really, you know what it is? It's the perspective bit again. That's why I've been trying to practice it more. Or at least be more cognizant of it. I don't know, like perspective is one of those things that I feel like you get it. Like there's not much more you need to like think about there. It's like, oh, okay, like things retreat out to a specific point, and if there can be multiple of those points or just one. But yeah, it's just like you then have to practice it more. Alright, I think I have enough time. The legs aren't foreshortened enough. Let's be more like this. And this one, what I'll do is I'll just take it and bring it up. And now I can try to get in the arms. Cool. These poses are so strange to me because I don't know how often you're gonna have a character whose like shoulders are like this. That is a little random, but I feel bad. I should have subscribed to him. I didn't subscribe. That looks odd. Hopefully he's doing well, though. Oh, that's cool. Oops. Alright, well, done with the poses. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with all these. This one's like the bane of my existence right now. For whatever reason, I just can't get it. This one, the foot needs to be cleaned up. It needs to look like, I did another one of these feet earlier. It needs to look like this one a little bit more. Maybe not quite that far, actually. Needs to probably be like that-ish. Let me see here. See if I can fix it in the reference. He didn't have this leg drawn in this particular view. Let me see. So the horizon line is about here-ish. So that means we'll have here, here, and I could work on it more, but it's alright. Alright, so let's take these bad boys. Let's shrink them down a little bit so we get some room for the hands. I'm going to do 10 hands, 2.5 minutes each, like I did last time, so I can take a nap and then come over and finish up with some, like, start to finish some of the poses, or not poses, pages I was doing. Alright. I'm also going to quickly turn on my air conditioner because it's cold. I mean, jeez, can't even talk, I'm so tired. It's hot in here. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to get this set up first, then I'll turn that on, and then we'll be good to go. Alright, so it's going to be about 30 minutes of hands. also turn my chair around and sit so that I can lean into it. Alright, great, so let's get started on that. Alright, so the bane of all artists is the hands. All of our existences are very much worse off by having to draw hands. Especially if you're, I know I say this every stream, but if you're a manga artist or you want to be like a artist on, Webtoon or wherever, and you want to do like sequential art, hands are so important because they just add so much dynamism and like personality to your characters. You can't ignore them. You ignore them, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot a little bit because they really do. Using your hands to draw hands, yes, that's exactly how you do that. But yeah, you don't want to lose out on the opportunity because it's just, they're so expressive and it just adds so much character and dynamism to your pieces. Alright, so get this initial ovular shape for all of these. I need to, of course, the tools decided to stop working midway through doing the most difficult part of my stream. There it goes. Alright, and then I can do alright. Alright, next hand, didn't get to finish that one, that's alright. Maybe your hands refuse to be replicated. That's true. You might be onto something, Coop. 2, 3, and 4. Up to here. Yep. And oval. Oval, 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 and knuckle, 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 knuckle. Oval, 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 oval. Everybody's got to draw hands with another body part. And there's some people out there that can draw with their feet. I have seen videos that it's wild to me. I've also seen people draw with their mouths. It's like, what? First of all, drawing is already difficult enough. Dude, these hands are horrible today. I don't know what's going on. It's alright. We'll get there, we'll get there. But yeah, first of all, like, drawing is already difficult enough. Like, what compels you to have to make it harder? Like, it's just not challenging enough anymore, so you're like, oh, you know what? I am going to have to try to draw this or paint this with my mouth. Yeah. It's wild to me. Alright, here. Alright. This one didn't come out so bad, especially considering I still have about a minute left to like clean it up a bit. But yeah, the rest of these hands has not been fun today. That's what happens when you're not getting enough sleep. Alright. Alright, yeah, I'm okay with this one. I know it still looks sloppy, but the construction is there. Like, this is something I can build off of. I mean, granted, the same is true of the other hands, but this one is much better than the rest were. So we get these as the different like endpoints here, and then this hand's a little difficult because it's like has some foreshortening in it and a lot of overlaps, so it's not going to be clean looking by the time I'm done, but that's okay. I might be able to clean it up a bit so that y'all can kind of see the vision here. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm happy with that hand too. Again, pretty difficult, but came out alright. So now we have a fist at like a near side view angle. It's like a 3/4 angle. So get a knuckle here, and the other knuckles in quick concession there. This one can be brought up even more. And then we get, alright, so let's start with the one that protrudes the most, the middle finger here, and goes back in. And then we get the index, and then these ones trail up into the hand. Alright. And then this, and then this doesn't have to be. Let me get that. And I think that really all I need to do is just push this back and put it like that. And then I'm okay with that one. I know it doesn't look great, but again, it's, for me, it's about, actually it doesn't look too bad. Am I getting the construction in a way that's going to help me figure out how to draw this later? And the answer to that is yes. As always, if y'all have any questions at all, just ask away. I shall be sure to answer as best as I can. Alrighty. I'm doing alright. I'm just tired, but I'm doing good. Can't complain. How's it been not having school, Coop? Alright, so this one, again, knuckles are kind of covering up one another. So I am going to quickly get those in. This knuckle here is creating the silhouette. Alright. my enjoyment has skyrocketed. That's what I like to hear. Alright, so now I can get in these fingers here. Again, a lot of foreshortening, so I'm just making sure that I'm drawing through. Like, I'm not allowing it to distract me from the fact that I need to still pretty much, this other knuckle's back here, make sure I get in roughly each finger here. As a bit of a sketch in like a guideline. So that I can like accurately portray each spot. So this section's a bit long, so I'm just going to shorten it. Oh no, I'm running out of time. There it goes. I'm okay with that. Gotta move on though. How's your family been doing, Coop? Y'all all got sick with COVID except for you, and then everybody lived, I'm hoping? Alright, Alright. So, let's get this hand in here. So we get a knuckle here, knuckle here, knuckle here, and knuckle here. So let's go ahead and get those in. So now I can pull this out more. Alright. So there's... Let's start with the pinky, because this one's like pretty much the easiest. So that's there. That is going to be here. Here. There. These ones are hard, but I do need to get used to. They'll live until their last breath. That's what I like to hear. Fighters. I'm not as happy with this one, but these are hard, so I get another one right afterwards. Hands holding objects. Not fun to draw. But you're saying people die if they are killed? Yes, I've heard that. triangle for the thumb. Thumb just trails off. Index finger up here with knuckle, 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 knuckle. This one's coming out good. Yeah. Again, no, it's not. It doesn't look great, but the foundation is there for it to be a decent drawing of a hand. And that's all I really care about as I'm doing this. Probably. Yeah, and the foundation of this hand is pretty good. I could probably tuck this pinky in just a bit more. Yep, that's not bad. I'll take it. Because of that line, I've enjoyed making similar things like that. Yeah, it's like the one, like, you know, you're gonna mess around and wake up dead. That one. Very similar idea. Alright, another one that is going to be useful for me to learn how to draw is a fist from all angles, pretty much. Alright, so this pops up to here, this kind of goes up all the way. Fingers end up like this, and they're all going to go inwards just slightly. So now, knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. This one's a little higher. So we get high, lower, lowest, and then high again. And out before it comes in and down. Let's get this triangle in here. Like that. I don't know what I was doing. Okay. Didn't turn out as I would hope, but if I would have worked on it for another like 30 or so seconds, I think it would have been fine. You could just do this, and it'll help clean some stuff up. Alrighty, and a relaxed hand, which is another hand that I will want to learn how to draw from imagination at some point, but also from basically any angle. This is too high. Let me see something here. So, just halfway point that here. cool. There's another thing that you can do to help you with like just the overall positioning of the fingers when they're like slightly spread or anything of that nature, is you can draw those shapes. It's called like enveloping, and you can put them in like an envelope and it's good to go that way. Alright. I did run out of time, but I figured I could kind of finish this up. Good enough. Let's see. Pretty good set of hands. The first one was rough. The second one wasn't horrible. I thought it was bad when I was doing it, but it's not that bad. Third one's pretty good. Fourth is pretty good. The fifth, it might be the best out of the bunch. The sixth is also good. This one didn't come out too bad. This one needs some more work. This one's not bad. I'm happy with it. Alright, everybody. I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go take a nap, I think. Get something to drink, take a nap, and then I have some comic pages that I want to get done. But I hope that y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll keep y'all all updated on all of the stuff that's going to be coming soon. So I have like 2 small projects, so this 3-page thing that I'm doing, and I have a fan art piece that I want to finish for a friend, and then right after that I'm just going to finish my prep work for my manga or my comic that I'll be posting on Voice Me, and then I'll start posting as much as I can. I'm thinking like it's going to take some time to get into like the groove of it. But I'm thinking once I've gotten into the groove, I'll be able to post like a episode or a chapter or whatever you want to call it once every 2 weeks. And my plan is to have about between like 20 and 30 illustrations done for each like post that I do. So yeah, it's gonna be in full color. I'll probably do it in cell shaded style. It's just gonna take some time because it's only one of me, but I'm gonna get it done, get stuff out to y'all as quickly as I can. But yep, you have a good day too, Coop. I appreciate you hanging out. Love all of y'all and have a great weekend. Peace.